Hello everyone! Today, I'm going to give you a quick look at the gear I use for both PvE and GVG, along with a breakdown of my character stats. I'll also be sharing a simple but effective tip on how I enchant my gear in the latter half of the video, so make sure to watch until the end. Before we dive into the details, let's start with a quick DPS dummy test. I've updated the rotation based on some great feedback from the YouTube comments. Did you know you can cancel the third animation of the charge attack using the guard key instead of the parry key? This is incredibly useful when a boss is exhausted, as it allows you to squeeze in charge attacks much faster. Thanks to this cancel, I even managed to find the time to fit in a soaring spin. Great! The numbers are slightly higher than my previous tests. I'll be using this attack pattern for my DPS measurements going forward. It's always satisfying to see the character getting stronger. The DPS on the level 81 dummy has also increased. Now, let's take a look at the equipment my character is currently wearing. First is the moblade. It's a bit a shame that I only have one line of max physical attack, but the rest are RMCD options. The last line, physical penetration, is actually very ideal. However, the arena affix isn't the best on this one. For your reference, I swapped to the weapon shown on the screen when playing GVG. Next is the stormbreaker spear. It's still a work in progress, but it's decent enough to use for now. The max silkbind attack is a completely useless stat for me, but luckily, the last line is physical penetration, the best option available. Again, I swapped to this specific weapon for GVG. Keep this in mind, for GVG, the arena affix shown on the screen is a must-have. It plays a decisive role in managing your vitality. Moving on to the disc. Maximum bamboo cut attack is a dead stat here, but the rest are all RMCD. The last option, physical penetration, is perfect, and the arena affix is also top tier. If you take damage within 1 second of activating your shield, it staggers nearby enemies and grants you super armor for 2 seconds. It's an amazing option for GVG. Next is the Pendant. Min Bell Strike attack is actually a valid option for moblade, and I'll explain why in a moment. The rest are RMCD, with physical penetration as the final stat. The arena affix is also great for GVG, as it consumes battle will to empower your charge attacks even further. Now, let me briefly talk about the Min Bell Strike attack option. Many of you watching might think that attack stats for other attributes are just trash. But I want to emphasize this, min damage options for other attributes are actually valid stats. The reason is that even if it's a different attribute, it still contributes to the moblade's total damage calculation. Specifically, if there is no max damage line for that attribute and only a min damage line exists, that value is added as a flat constant. For example, as you see on the screen, if the min damage of Bell Strike attack is 27 and the max is 0, that 27 is added to your total damage as a fixed, flat value. However, for this calculation to work, you must have absolutely 0 max damage lines for that specific attribute across all your gear. Max damage for other attributes? Those are indeed trash options. Next is the Helm. As I mentioned, min bamboo cut attack is useful. The last option increases moblade charge attack damage, which is fantastic. The arena affix is also great, it grants 2 seconds of super armor after using Serene Breeze. I use this to escape tight spots or to safely cast my moblade ultimate. For the armor, I got lucky with 2 lines of critical rate. Min silkbind attack is useful, while max bamboo cut attack is trash. The last line is great for charge attack damage, and the arena affix provides a 20% damage reduction, which is very solid. However, for GVG, I switched to this armor because it offers a higher damage reduction of 28%. Next are the Greaves. I haven't farmed decent level 81 Greaves yet, so I'm still using level 71 items. Affinity rate is a trash option for moblade users. The last option is great for increasing moblade charge attack damage. Just for reference, I swapped to the item shown on the screen for GVG. I use this option in combination with specific skills and innerways, and it's incredibly effective. I'll be explaining that strategy in detail in my next video, which will be a dedicated GVG guide. Finally, the Bracer. Honestly, it's a bit a shame that there's a blue line option, but they are all RMCD options. The last option also increases moblade charge attack damage. For GVG, I swapped to the item shown on screen. Remember, securing as much vitality as possible is key in GVG. So, what do you think of my gear? To be honest, it's not exactly god tier. If you're a min-maxer who wants 100% efficiency, you'll want to farm for perfect stats. But I'm not that type of player, and I don't want to get stressed over farming. I'm satisfied with this. I can easily clear all current PvE content and where wins meet, and with a few swaps, I can perform great in GVG as well. Next, let's check my character stats. First is max HP. The most ideal stat is 90,000. This is the threshold to get the maximum efficiency for martial arts bonuses. My HP is close to 90,000, so it's in a good spot. Second is physical attack. Ideally, you want your max physical attack to be over 1,600. Increasing this stat gives you the most noticeable boost in DPS. Some hardcore PvE players even push this over 1,800. Next is precision rate. Since we are fighting level 81 plus monsters, we need to focus on the orange numbers in the parentheses. If you set your base, white, stat to around 106%, the precision rate in the parentheses will hit 100%. My current stat is 111%, which is actually a bit too high, so I might drop one precision line. Additionally, it's good for moblade users to secure a precision rate close to 100%. For the reason why, please refer to the algorithm chart on the screen. It's good to pause and take a look. Next is critical rate. Again, look at the orange text. 56% is the magic number. When you add the 24% martial arts bonus from the moblade, you hit the 80% cap perfectly. Since I've reached this, I no longer need to use the Ivorybloom Set to boost my crit. To summarize, aim for 90,000 HP, 106% precision, and 56% critical rate. For max physical attack, simply get it as high as possible. Now for some tips. First, here's how to check your spear's Q skill cooldown while using the moblade. Go to Settings in Game tab, and scroll down to find Background Martial Art Cooldowns. Enabling this is incredibly useful, especially now that we're swapping to the spear more often after hitting rank 6. Second, make use of the Build Management window. You can swap between PvE and PvP affixes for free on level 81 gear, but doing it manually for 8 items every time is a pain. If you save your builds with different affixes selected, they will swap automatically. It makes switching between PvE and GVG so much easier. Third, let me show you how I enchant my items. Ideally, the first line of an item should be max physical attack or power. But for this demonstration, I'll just proceed. First, hit Add All, then manually deselect the 2 tuning stones. Then, add 1 material item. This is the important part. You must use a weapon, disc, or pendant as your material. Never use a helm, armor, greaves, or bracer as fodder. By doing this, you ensure that defensive stats like max HP or defense have a 0% chance of appearing. This slightly increases the probability of hitting offensive stats. We got max stone split attack, not bad. Let's try again. Add all, remove stones, add a weapon material. A min stone split attack option appeared. Is this item blessed by stone split? Anyway, I'll try one more time. Great! The best option of all, max physical attack, has appeared. And it's a max roll. Very nice. Let's roll the next option. Wow! A critical rate option appeared with almost the maximum value. Now only the last option remains. What will be the fate of this item? Damn it! A resistance option appeared instead of physical penetration. That's really a shame. For this item, I'll either have to use an alternation stone later or start over with a new piece of gear. The method I just mentioned for excluding defensive options doesn't apply to all items, it only applies to weapon, disc, and pendant items. In other words, when farming gear for a new level, it would be efficient to first complete the 4 items in the left slots and then complete the 4 items in the right slots. I highly recommend that you use this method actively. Lastly, many people in the YouTube comments have asked about my key settings, so let's take a quick look at them. Just so you know, I use a slightly unusual custom key setting. It goes without saying, but my key settings are just for reference, use whatever is most comfortable for your hands. Today, we've looked at my item settings, character stats, and a few simple tips. In the next video, I'm planning to upload a GVG highlights reel. That's it for today's video. If you subscribe to my channel and like this video, it's a huge help and joy to me. Thank you for watching.